We were dispatched to a priority officer needs help call.
What did you do after hearing that toned out call?
Immediately we ran to our patrol car and started responding to the call.
And so generally, what was the information that you had upon arriving at 27th and Deidre Circle? The
information that I had was that there was an officer who was identified as Sheriff Troyer that was reporting that someone had threatened to kill him or made threats to his life, and that the altercation was currently active.
Later that evening, did you respond to any other calls regarding Sheriff Troyer?
Yes, I responded to another call regarding Sheriff Troyer.
And can you tell us what was the nature of that call?
Yes, I believe that it was not dispatched over the radio. I believe we were advised by a supervisor that Sheriff Troyer had called in saying that someone launched a newspaper at his house, and I believe our supervisor asked us to investigate it.
And what did you do there?
We arrived in our patrol vehicle and we investigated whether or not a newspaper was maliciously or launched at his house. We did not exit our patrol vehicles. From what I can remember, I looked out, saw a newspaper in his driveway where I believe a normal newspaper would be thrown or placed normally, and we determined that there wasn't really anything else to investigate.
There's no such crime as malicious throwing of a newspaper, is there?
That is correct. There's no.
And so were you concerned at all that Mr. Altheimer had returned or gone to Sheriff Troyer's house 2 hours after this incident that we just talked about?
I personally was not concerned.
A newspaper had been thrown, but within 2 hours of the incident that we've been talking about, that Mr. Altheimer came in front of his house, revving his engines and yelling at his house at 4 in the morning, or right before, and then threw a newspaper at his house. Were you aware of that information?
I was not aware of that information that I can remember.
Were you aware of any other incident involving Mr. Altheimer going to Sheriff Troyer's house, and then with a newspaper and going actually to the side and then behind his house with the newspaper that happened before the incident we're talking about today?
No, I was not aware of any incident or report of that.